I'd like to share a little bit about the Texas Council on Family Violence's Prevention Coaching Group. The Prevention Coaching Group brings together a group of prevention workers from across the state of Texas using what we call a community of practice model. The community of practice model really moves us beyond a primary focus on training and technical assistance, and really moves us in the direction of engaging prevention workers as partners as we have larger discussions about prevention around things like what prevention even looks like or should look like within our movement. So within coaching group gatherings, we do provide educational opportunities, but the primary focus is really engaging the expertise and the experience of the folks that are already in the room. It's a wonderful opportunity to get new information around what's going on across the state, what's new in the field, but it also provides this experience and sense of solidarity within and among one another, which is not something that prevention workers get on a regular basis. So we are really lucky to have this opportunity to provide this setting where rich conversations can happen, and just are really excited about what these conversations, what fruit these conversations will bring forth in the future. So for several years, the Texas Council had been providing technical assistance and training to prevention workers in the field as needed or as requested. But there was this growing recognition that there was something missing. In conversations that the prevention team had with the prevention workers in the field, they recognized some themes that kept coming up. Themes like feelings of isolation or a disconnection from the larger goals inherent in the movement. And so the idea of the coaching group was really born out of that need to connect prevention workers together, recognizing that they are not alone. They don't have to feel isolated in their spaces. And also connecting these prevention workers to the larger ideas, the larger movement in which they were working on their individual projects in their individual communities. And really, that was the purpose, that was the need, and the coaching group has just been the answer to that. Prevention is the future of our movement. While we recognize that violence is currently occurring within our society at epic proportions, and we also recognize that crisis intervention services are absolutely pivotal, we also recognize that if we're ever going to work towards ending intimate partner violence within our society, we have got to focus our energy and our resources on developing effective prevention practices. And those effective prevention practices really begin with engaging the expertise and the experience of those in the field, of those working within their communities that are connected to those communities. And so the coaching group really fills that gap and really engages those preventioneers as partners as we think through what the best practices are in prevention. There have been some great benefits to the development of the coaching group. First, it has really provided a space for prevention workers to talk about the challenges that they're having and brainstorm with one another about solutions in a safe community. Second, the knowledge production that comes out of the discussions within these coaching group gatherings have really helped set the agenda for the TCFV prevention team. For example, we've been able to pull on the experience and expertise of the members of the coaching group as we develop our own training events, as well as developing things like mentoring programs for new prevention workers, really being able to utilize that expertise and at the same time promoting the development of community within the state of Texas. And then finally, it has really created an opportunity for us to think big ideas, challenge ourselves, and contribute to these larger discussions about our movement and about the development of prevention within our country. And it's just been a really great setting in order for us to do that. When you think and talk about engaging prevention workers as partners in developing the knowledge base in terms of prevention across whatever area you might be working in, really mean it. And what I mean to say by that is it's really easy to say that we want to engage partners in our work, but really taking them seriously, taking what they have to say seriously, and really grappling where there are differences of opinions and ideas and perspectives, and really struggling through those kinds of challenges is where the meaningful work comes. And I think that for me has been one of the most wonderful experiences in working through this coaching group project. And in tandem with that, really thinking about how your work gets pushed further down the line by utilizing some of that feedback. So really, it's really easy from the coalition perspective, for example, to look across the state and think and see and think about all of the gaps in prevention work within the different communities and make those kinds of connections. And the reality is, it may not be the time to introduce fixes for all of those different gaps, and really thinking about that and hearing from the field in terms of when to make moves and when to pause and take notice of that, I think is incredibly important as well. So just overall, this type of partnership, bringing together within this community of practice model all of these people with that are doing the work in the field, that may have different perspectives, that may be from very different kinds of communities, recognizing that it's a challenge, but it's a good challenge, and it's a really great way to develop our movement building strategies as we continue to push this prevention work forward into the future.